Well, actually, I'm recording in the cloud. It just said that, and you have to believe everything you read, right? Recording in the cloud. I would just say that I am recording and getting the message and being informed from the clouds, from the divine source down here. And the moment I press that, I'm well aware that I do have a responsible ability as a megaphone, as a spokesperson for the various spiritual entities, consciousnesses, directives that work through me. And what does that look like? By the way, I'm Jan Jorgensen. This is the Be the Light meditation every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m., as I was just discussing with some of the faithful attendees here. I'm in Olympia, Washington. It's important to say where you're at because it's a pin of light where you are at. Okay. So when I would say lead or speak these meditations and processes, you may wonder, well, what is that information and where's it coming from? Well, when I ask, and of course, our entire meditation process is I ask and intend to learn, to know, to see. I was shown that there are 0 points on this planet, and they have this sacred, pure ability to organize and disseminate information through frequencies and vibration, through symbols, through feelings, through colors. So when I do these meditations, obviously I need words. And they showed me that I'm standing there at a pillar. I don't know what the pillar represents, the spiritual world. But I remember there was something on the pillar. I can't remember what it was now. But this pillar had 4 directions. And in each direction, it was like a V. And there were different beings there. And then it became like stadiums, multiplied algorithms of a computerized multi-universe system full of stellar consciousnesses, just like you and I have our own consciousness. And these consciousnesses worked within the all in angel time in the clouds, okay, get it, in the clouds, to instantaneously answer my question with the tiny little dots and sparks of frequencies that will assist you, the receiver of my message, to feel, to remember, to acknowledge a spark of inspiration, to work on that crown that has been closed so long, to polish it a little bit, and for some of you to put in facets of jewelry that can reflect more light and receive your own information, get your own antennas. So it's like this. I ask and intend to know this. And it's not just these stadiums of beings that I'm seeing. It goes galactically, universally. The information goes right back to the powerhouses, the stores of wisdom in different parts of the multi-universes, so that humans can get on with the show here and get back to their divinity. They're all listening in. Why? Because I ask and intend to be a messenger of pure truth. So I have this thought today that maybe you should ask me questions and you could watch it. Because honestly, sometimes I wake up to do these meditations and say, who am I to do this? What do I know? I can't even accomplish this. I'm this, blah, blah. And then I just say, just show up and trust it. Trust the system. And this is exactly the same conundrum of why humans and earthlings and people in us haven't been able to fulmigate and move forward with the high vibration and actually get the show on the road for more cohesive and elephant, living functional systems on Earth. As we say, well, who am I? I'm not that good. I'm imperfect. I'm sick. I'm this and that. Well, we just need to remember to ask. So the Spirit does give me props though, and I say, well, how's this going to fit in? They say, just pick it up because you'll be sorry later if you do. So I'm walking around the house. They showed me this road atlas. Okay, all right. So GPS. This represents to me, we have no GPS tied up with Spirit yet. That's what we are honing. But we actually, this whole topic is going to be about human will. We actually always have the right to choose where we want to go. The problem is our GPS system is a dinosaur. It's from our parents. This is how you do holidays. This is how you cook food. You sit down, one man, one woman. Well, our dream world show us there's a lot of different choices. We watch movies. There's a lot of different ways to live. There's a lot of different languages. We have been so rigid in our own GPS, even though we feel that we are intelligent, conscious people. And to be honest with you, stepping into 2023 wholeheartedly, it's like we must surrender the human maps. We must surrender the human GPS systems that aren't even ours, that we inherited from a dying, broken system. My whole life I've challenged, and I know those of you on the call, challenged the status quo. And sometimes when I can't challenge the bigger things, I find tiny ways. If you're a creative, artistic person, and I've been making these little altars lately, okay? Little altars. And what our art allows us to do is to move out of our rigid, stuck GPS and to create something wholly new that was never here before with an entirely new story, okay? So I feel divinely inspired when I'm doing artwork. I bet you do too. Art is needed. Creative visualization is the thing that will crack up your GPS and just leave it smattered, because this creates a whole new world. I mean, this, and I'm going to write something on it, and when you hold this and when you read what it's about, you have a thought you've never had before. You have some new associations. You are changing that little thing in the base of your brain, RAS, reticular activating system, that sorts and organizes and makes assumptions and gives you directives. So our wills have been hijacked. By the way, this is how I'm paying for my tour. I'm selling these beautiful little things. Why? To pop people's brains out and to be practical, little gas money. I'm going to sell it on my tour. That's another thing. How do I choose where I'm going to go on my tour? I, and probably you, if you are listening to this, are now a combination of Earth GPS and Divine GPS. How's that working for you? So I've made a big proclamation that in 2023, no old thoughts and patterns moving forward. Well, that takes a lot of energy, doesn't it? It takes a lot of energy when you have the whole world coming at you. This is how you do it. This is, just as even as basic things of this is money in the bank, this is how you write checks. How do we pretend that doesn't exist when we still rely on it? Okay? I don't have all the answers, but I do know the GPS must change within ourselves for the larger social GPSs, the communal thinking, the mass consciousness to change. So we're on these calls, and for 45 minutes, we feel free, joyous. Our will is perfectly aligned. And then we go back out and the doorbell rings. Okay, overdue bill, or your dog bit somebody. How can we hone and hold a divine GPS which takes the state of non-fear? If you have a divine GPS, who puts that money in the bank? Who pays? Who pays? Trust. We don't want to be illusionary, fantastical. We've learned some tools about manifestation and thinking thoughts, but there's still overlaying this deeper human drive to be safe and to create some permanence in a world that was never permanent, never can be permanent, is not supposed to be. Think about that. We're in a flow of change that is quickened. So our ability to flow with change without fear, and I keep saying that, without fear. Without fear, there's no defensiveness. There's no resistance. So often on these meditations, we remove fear. You can't be in the divine GPS. Fear, there's no place for it. Everything is vibration. So I thought that I could hold all of this together with moving forward. How do you use your will? How do you use your choices of what to do? I can't escape making these all the time, as fun as that would be. How do you know your choice is good? How do you know you're choosing for the right next venue on your tour? How do you know? Well, you don't always know perfectly. So you know there's a lesson in that journey. But you can get more and more and more and more and more confident of this divine messaging system if you still this. If you still your mind and you trust your consciousness, which resides in your heart. If your heart has no fear, it can feel the truth. I'll say that again. If your heart has no fear, it knows the truth. It can guide you. I'm not talking about emotions, emotional reaction, that dramatic human Achilles heel. I am talking about a still mind trying on different potential scenarios so that your higher guidance can help you choose to visit this place, to engage with this person. And if you are trusting that, you'll know not to make that phone call, not to visit that person, not to engage in a conversation, not to invest in that. Rudolf Steiner said humans have it all wrong. They think free will is just to do whatever they want to all the time. Well, where's that? Let us kind of pleasure saturation and lack of responsibility for many, many humans. Free will, he said, is the opportunity to listen or work with spirit and choose your highest, best option for your soul's growth, or to start chasing yourself in a circle on cul-de-sac, to stay on the golden highway with your GPS fractalating with spiritual guidance is truly the highest form of using your human will. Other planetary systems, other conscious units of civilizations out in the universes don't have free will. And that's why Earth is very popular for souls to incarnate, because they can live it up. Carnival time, right? So where's that gotten us? So today, we're going to polish up our divine GPS system. We're going to drop in and know and feel and trust our own sensing device for best direction, highest truth, and best choice. Okay, go ahead and shut your eyes and take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. We ask and intend to set a sacred space. We place a beautiful hold on of balance over our entire body. Only energies of the highest light may be in this space now. Take another slow, deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. We feel safer and safer, releasing our thoughts and letting go. We're letting universal guidance take the place of us sitting in our own vehicle and grasping and worrying about the GPS. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, can I trust higher guidance beyond my own rational mind? Can I trust the system I just described to you, that is so precise and so loving, with such a high order, such a high vibration? Allow yourself, if you can't quite trust it, to imagine it and feel into it. The beautiful guidance system waiting for you to ask. So we ask and intend to set this sacred space. We place ourselves into these beautiful, beautiful geometric structures. We release anything and everything of the old, defunct, default GPS system. We release it and feel all the tentacles, all the spark plugs, all parts of it. Maybe it's a net that's been over your head. The old story of reality, which does not pertain to your divine trajectory. Feel it being removed. And then each breath, feel that the new, the space that is being created, it has a new mist of a levitating, deliciously high octane vibrational frequency that is calming, healing, and more trustworthy than any vibration in the third dimension earth plane. So just allow it and keep breathing and feel that you're still here. You haven't ascended. Feel your sit bones. Feel that everything is lining up in its proper attunement vibrationally for your highest form, so that you are instilling your divine blueprint here within this physical body, within and without. And of course, through physics, your physical body is now yielding to this perfected, precise, geometric, divine structure, which is your consciousness. The little piece of consciousness that broke off from creation and came down, and you are holding space, and today you are letting it vibrate, show its light, do what it does, and your physical body is allowing it, receiving it, and you are raising your vibrations now. Why is this important? Because moving forward, the GPS system that we are instilling, we ask and intend that we gravitate towards resonance of what we are holding now, that our high vibrational field draws in, attracts, and links up with other high vibration people. Why is this important? High vibration conversations, high vibration use of the land, sustainable resources, living together without the junk, the fear, the confusion. Your GPS and all that you brought to the table previously was causing everything about your life. So now we are bringing a new, brighter, purer, cleaner, a lighthouse, blinking out a specific code that other people at that same vibration will see you. Bum, ba bum, 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 ba bum, bum, bum. Match. Those fireflies are smart. That's how they meet their mates, in case you didn't know that. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. And yes, it is this easy to re-articulate our physical body to a higher vibration. And this is the feeling right now: cohesiveness, attunement, hopefully joy. And let's bring in the vibration of trust. That you can trust, that you can simply ask and intend and recreate this vibrational field at will. Just think about that and hold it in your heart, that this is your new truth. So a GPS system, of course, is articulating and moving for information. It is present, it is a point, it is a 0 point, and your consciousness in your life right now gets to choose what to ask for, what to experience. And when you're in this high vibrational state, you will attract a match. What is it? What is something? And now here's the thing. If you're in a high vibrational state and your GPS is asking for something, you can't use your mind. You can't use this box of thoughts and history, because you most likely can't see or imagine from your own system the potentials for joyous living environments, bank accounts, everything that is the potential. That potential cannot come from the old GPS system. So in this moment where we are still new at this, in this beautiful new GPS system, which of course is in our heart, I'm holding my hands here, your GPS system simply states a desire to experience something in alignment with your own journey as a human being, as contracted with the Creator. And that does have some specifics in it related to what you love to do and your gifts and your passions. So feel into this GPS system and notice it's empty. Your car doesn't go. Your car, you could give it gas, but you don't know where to go unless you give it a prompt. So what we do with the divine GPS, we say, I ask and intend. Your heart is a 0 point of potentiality. And this God-given ability to use your will. This is what prayer is. It is focused essence towards specific outcomes. We ask and intend that our asking be clear and coherent in alignment with our highest purpose. Now that's a good one. We ask and intend that we don't defer or default to our old facts of life. We ask that we empty our minds and become open to the all that is, yet knowing, not getting overwhelmed, knowing there is something simply there for us that is just a tiny bit out of our view. Knowing once we expand to specific vibrational levels, we can see interdimensionally. We can actually access and be in what we call parallel realities. So this is what we are doing on this call today, so that a certain number of people, we're pushing the envelope, can access the next parallel reality and practice it and then stay there. And that's the fifth dimension. We're on the bridge and we are so close to that fifth dimension. So close. So feel into your GPS, your heart, your consciousness, your 0 point, your connection to all potentialities. And rather than being overwhelmed, feel the immense opportunity, the joy, the creative potential. It's like me making these little boxes and getting endorphins on 1,000 times the potency. Is the magic wand that the great, astute masters held simply because they attained high vibrational states. Before we actually move on and choose to figure something else out or do it, feel this beautiful, pure power. It is pure power. And you want to be on this call unless you had earned enough golden tickets, pass, go, 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 that you could learn these tools, because you have pledged harm to none, good for all. Feel that you have earned this right to be the master of the particles of reality for reattunement to a higher order. It's a responsibility, but it's an immense joy. And you also have passed that little door of humility, that these gifts are to teach others and to demonstrate, not for money, manipulation, or control, but to just help us remember it's our birthright. It's who we are. It's what we do before the fall for humans. So we're bringing it back. I'm recording all of this from the cloud, but soon we will be living in a new stratum, a new layer, a frequency band of reality on earth, which is much what we imagine heaven to be like. So when I say in the clouds, heavenly. free from fear and strife. And we have the resources, we have the intelligence to do it. We've just been waylaid. Is that the word? Taken off our path. So feel the joy of this moment and make a commitment. I ask and intend that I will work with my divine GPS system. I will hold my vibration. I will be this light and teach others how to be and hold high frequency fields. Okay. So I promised in 2023 that we would move forward in co-creations, but I feel we need these few steps in between to train, to get the muscle, to get the focus, to get the absolute certainty, so that when we begin in a few weeks, let's look at the future. Let's do it. Let's start drawing it out, that we've cleared the decks. We're breathing the rarefied air. And so for now, this GPS system for humans, think of it. Does it have jewels? Does it catch the light of the ascended masters' voices? Does it have a beautiful rose inside that never wilts, that represents the fragile presence of simple presence? Your GPS system is like no one else's. The things that you will choose with your divine will are like no one else's choice. You go ahead and mute yourself, please. Thank you. So take a deep breath, and we're still appreciating and imagining this GPS, which you may want to draw out, maybe make a song about it, whatever. Or I'm looking at lots of essential oils here. Make some anchoring association in your body, maybe a little frankincense, so that you can come back to this point, this feeling. Because the way you feel now, yourself, your true self, this will help you when you try on and imagine different potential scenarios that you will use your will to choose. And you will feel, are you staying in your heart? Does it feel soft and gentle, expanded? Or does it feel pressured? Does it make you want to hold your breath? This is your GPS system talking to you. Some people actually have. And recently I've had Archangel Michael around a lot. What a wisecracker he is. And I do hear his voice. What a character. But we all have different systems. And that's glorious too. Different, unique systems. So just rest into this. I know, let's do before we finish up for today, let's do a simple exercise to show you what I mean. And most of these exercises, they're from Caroline Corey, because I couldn't come up with anything better. They're glorious exercises. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. There's a question, perhaps a question, that you may have had recently. Should I go here or should I go here? Should I work at this place or should I work at that place? Should I take my money out of here and put it here? So get that question in your mind now. Get that question and keep it simple. Should I do this or should I not? Okay? All right. Now still your mind and take your focus into your heart, into your GPS system. Oh, mine is so bejeweled. I mean, just it's distracting. It's so beautiful. into your 0 point GPS system. Okay? We want to come to a neutral, flat line of no thoughts, no energy for nothing. Open, floating, 0 point. We take everything to the 0 point now. So this question or choice that you are contemplating, go ahead and put choice number 1 right in the middle of your heart. And be very sensitive and notice, is there any threads of tension, resistance? What is the movement, feeling, sense of this choice? You're trying it on. You're actually putting it into your future life. You're plugging it in, and your body, which does know the future, your divine self, is giving you important, concrete information now. Receive it. Okay. Now, move your body a little bit, take a breath. Go ahead and squeeze your fists together. We're changing our focus. We're letting that go. And then we begin to drop back in, going to the still point. Neutrality, no thoughts, no pictures. We're coming back to the even still point. And go up ahead and put in choice number 2. Allow yourself visions, colors, messages, but more than that, it is a feeling, an effusive feeling surrounding all the consequences of that choice. So just feel into that. Beautiful. Well, most likely you have your answer. So we will finish this section of our time together here today, and in a moment, I will press stop on the recording. Everyone can come on and we get to share if we want. Voices are different things. And to talk about this experience, the joy of moving forward in 2023, any apprehension that we are holding the magic wands of our creation. And the thing is, we always have been. We've just been doing it unconsciously with, same old, the way that our parents have. But this is a big, heady new time. Very exciting. Okay, so take a deep breath and shake it out and notice that you're still holding the high vibration. Even though you come back, you can look around. I ask and intend that I stay neutral to the present clutter in my room, getting ready for the tour. I stay calm. Everything is as it should be. Take a deep breath. Yeah, it's not going out into a meditation and coming back to earth. No, it's staying neutral all the time now, to be the light all the time. So Jan Jorgensen, Sound and Light healingarts.com is how you can find the various things I do. And this year I'm offering, it's a coaching program, but I'm calling it New Era Mentoring. And why mentoring? Because we're going to work on these tools. We're going to work on you sequentially in the different areas of your life and get you by the end in your mission, your purpose, using your magic wand and just I mean, just imagine that, over 3 months. So I'm only taking 5 clients in this particular section that starts in February 2022. And in this YouTube, just look and I'll have the contact information there. Okay, see you next week, Wednesday morning at 9 a.m.